News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Friday, the 24th of February 2023, and it's equivalent to 4th of Sha'aban 1444 after Hijrah. The headlines. 2023 elections, immigration boss Idris orders 24-hour border closure. Military robs NAP's mastermind of Abuja Kaduna train attack. Election presidential candidates engaging in political exploitation of religion, says Sheikh Husani. On the foreign scene, Ukraine war, UN condemns Russian invasion ahead of anniversary. In sports, Manchester United fight back to knock out Barca and reach Europa League last 16. And those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Ruqayyat Sani Ibrahim. The Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) has ordered the closure of the country's borders throughout Saturday for the Presidential National Assembly elections. The Comptroller General (NIS) Isa Jere Idris gave the directive to command controllers across the country in a circular made available to newsmen on Thursday. The circular, titled Border Closure for the 2023 Presidential National Assembly elections, noted that all command controllers, especially those in the border states, are to ensure strict enforcement of this directive. Troops of the Armed Forces of Nigeria have arrested one of the masterminds of the 28 March 2022 terrorist attack on the Abuja-Kaduna train that occurred at Damba community in Chukwu local government area of Kaduna State. Director of Defense Media Operations Major General Musa Dammadami disclosed these during the bi-weekly briefing on troops, activities and operational successes at the various operational theaters within the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. He said the arrest was affected by the troops of Operation Well Punch. The military high command also said following the operation, troops recovered the sum of $5,000 as well as other currency. He disclosed further that troops of the Joint Task Force Operation Hadinkai in the northeast, Safe Haven in the north central, and Operation Hadarindaji in the northwest cumulatively neutralized 133 Boko Haram terrorists and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists in different locations in the last 2 weeks. Hours to the much-anticipated presidential election, a former lawmaker, Senator Sheikh Husani, has said that the candidates are engaging in the political exploitation of religion. Sani, who represented Kaduna Central in the 8th Senate, stated this in a tweet on Thursday. He said that this was evident in the scramble by the presidential candidates to get the endorsement of Islamic and Christian leaders, a practice he described as crude. Recall that Dr. Paul Eneche, the founder of Dunamis International Gospel Church, recently endorsed the Labour Party LP candidate Peter Obi for Saturday's presidential election, acting under the aegis of Rivers Pastors Unite for Tinubu. Over 100 clerics and prophets in Rivers State endorsed the presidential candidates of All Progressives Congress APC Aswaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday. Rising from a Kano meeting on Wednesday, Amalgamated Union of Islamic Scholars endorsed the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Reacting to the flurry of endorsements, Sani said the desperation by the presidential candidates to get the endorsement of Islamic and Christian leaders in Nigeria has never been as crude as this time in our political history, saying the political exploitation of religion is what is happening here. The Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room Thursday informed the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC) that it will be held responsible for any network issues and internet outages on election day. Situation Room convener Ene Obi, who stated this in Abuja while presenting the group pre-election findings, said it was important to inform the Commission in time as a key stakeholders in the process. She disclosed that the body has received reports of delays of training of ad hoc staff across the country, delays in the deployment of materials such as bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS) to the states, and shortages in the number of ad hoc staff available for elections. Over 100 National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) members trained as electoral officers and assistant presiding officers in 3 local government areas of Imo State have withdrawn their participation in Saturday's general election. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) Resident Electoral Commissioner (REC) in Imo, Sylvia Agu, disclosed these on Thursday in Owerri while speaking on the preparedness of the Commission for Saturday's election. According to her, the core members cited insecurity as their reason for withdrawal. The REC explained that the core members withdrew their participation following the Commission's decision to revert to polling units as against the use of stadia in the volatile areas. She said the Commission had earlier faced security challenges in Okigwe, Olu, Njaba, Osu, Iheme, Mbanu, Oru West and Oru East local government area during the collection of the permanent voters' cards, PVCs. And the United States on Thursday donated $25 million to support Nigeria in conducting free, fair and credible elections. The U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Leonard, made this known in a roundtable chat with journalists in Abuja on Thursday. Leonard commended Nigeria for upholding a peaceful and consistent democracy, adding that the U.S. has worked with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, ahead of the forthcoming election. She said every Nigerian had the responsibility of ensuring a peaceful process, urging leaders to take their commitments seriously. Lawyers in Enugu State have given the state government and police command 48 hours to arrest and bring to book the killers of one of their senior colleagues and senatorial candidates of the Labour Party LP for Enugu East, Oyibo Chukwu. Chukwu and some of his supporters with him in his branded campaign Sianaka were ambushed and killed Wednesday night by yet-to-be-identified assailants. The Nigerian Bar Association NBA Enugu have boycotted the courts in protest and to honor Chukwu, who was a former chairman of the Oji River Bar, one of the branches of the NBA in the state. Addressing reporters at the premises of the State High Court Independent Layout, Enugu, where the lawyers gathered to express their shock and disappointment at the incident. The chairman of Oji River NBA said Nkolo said the murder of Oyibo Chukwu 2 days to a senatorial election is not unconnected with politics. The Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has declared Friday as a half-working day to allow public and civil servants who may need to travel to perform their civic responsibilities during Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, indicated that the declaration was contained in a circular signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Ms. Ulubangu Adiosun. The circular, which was addressed to all ministries, departments and agencies, as well as the State House of Assembly and other extra-ministerial departments, directed that government offices will close by 12 noon on Friday, with only staff covering essential services expected to remain at their duty posts afterward. According to the circular, the declaration of Friday as a half-day is in tandem with the governor's commitment to deepening democracy and good governance. On the foreign scene, the UN General Assembly has voted overwhelmingly to approve a resolution condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It called for the withdrawal of troops from Ukraine and a halt to fighting. 141 nations voted in favor of the motion, with 32 abstaining and 7, including Russia, voting against. The vote came after a large number of delegates walked out during a Russian address at a parliamentary session of the European Security Body in Vienna. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, walkout and the UN vote came a day before the first anniversary of the invasion. China, India, Iran and South Africa were among the 32 countries to abstain in the vote. The 7 countries who voted against were Russia, Belarus, North Korea, Eritrea, Mali, Nicaragua and Syria. And in sports, Manchester United came from behind to beat Barcelona 2-1 on the night and 4-3 on aggregate to win their Europa League playoff at Old Trafford. Robert Lewandowski's early penalty had left Erik ten Hag's team with work to do, but his halftime change turned the game with second-half goals from Fred and substitute Anthony, enough to take United through to the round of 16 at the expense of Xavi's Barca. It was a comeback that had not looked likely at the interval, but instead made it a night to remember, a huge moment for Anthony and for ten Hag's improving team. They go into Sunday's Carabao Cup final, still chasing glory in 4 different competitions. With this story, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Unity.